Power is being tested across diplomacy tables, stock exchanges, and central banks. Iran's foreign minister has met with the International Atomic Energy Agency in Geneva ahead of renewed nuclear talks with the United States. On the surface, this is procedural. In reality, this is about leverage. Tehran wants sanctions relief. Washington wants verifiable limits on enrichment. Israel has already signalled that anything short of dismantling nuclear infrastructure would be insufficient. That widens the negotiating gap before talks even begin. Why it matters today: energy markets are sensitive to escalation risk. Oil does not need war to rise, it just needs uncertainty. The diplomatic channel is still open, but markets are pricing fragility, not resolution. Gulf equity markets slipped as investors reacted to the uncertainty. Regional bourses often move before Western headlines catch up. When capital hesitates in energy-linked economies, it reflects concern about stability, shipping routes, and potential supply disruptions. This is risk repricing in real time. Australia has decided not to repatriate citizens held in a Syrian detention camp linked to Islamic State. The government cited security and logistical constraints. This is not a symbolic decision. Western governments have struggled with what to do about citizens detained in post-ISIS camps. Repatriation raises legal and humanitarian questions. Non-repatriation carries diplomatic and human rights scrutiny. Why it matters today: national security posture globally is becoming more conservative. Governments are choosing containment over reintegration. That signals how risk tolerance has shifted in the post-conflict era. In Europe, the European Union has introduced a significant requirement. Electric vehicles must be at least 70% manufactured within the bloc to qualify for state support. This is not just climate policy, it is industrial consolidation. The green transition is now a geopolitical competition. By tying subsidies to domestic manufacturing content, the EU is reshaping supply chains, reducing reliance on external producers, and effectively hardening its economic borders. Why it matters today: global trade is fragmenting along strategic lines. Subsidy rules are becoming tools of economic sovereignty. Expect countermeasures. In Asia, weaker Japanese GDP data has reinforced expectations that the Bank of Japan may continue its gradual pivot away from ultra-loose monetary policy. For decades, Japan anchored global liquidity with low rates. Even modest tightening alters currency dynamics, affects carry trades, and shifts global bond demand. Why it matters today: if Japanese yields rise, capital moves. Emerging markets feel it. US Treasuries feel it. Risk assets feel it. Step back and look at the pattern. Diplomacy is under strain. Markets are repricing geopolitical risk. Governments are tightening security discretion. Industrial policy is becoming protectionist. Central banks are recalibrating liquidity. None of these moves alone defines the week. Together, they suggest something broader. The global system is not collapsing, it is hardening. Power is being renegotiated through sanctions, subsidies, and sovereign balance sheets, and markets are watching every move. That's your GAINN Daily Brief.